Hello and welcome. Today we will be informing you on the invasive species of northern snakeheads. In this presentation, we will discuss the topics of taxonomy, anatomy, the invasion, how did they get here, reproduction, the threats they pose, government involvement, fun facts, a conclusion, and then finally our bibliography.
Northern snakeheads are freshwater fish that are also air-breathing. The scientific name of northern snakeheads is Channa argus. Their taxonomy is phylum Chordata, class Teleost, which is also known as ray-finned fishes. In general, there are 29 different species of snakeheads. There are two distinct genera, known as Channa or Parachanna. Channa are native in Asia, Malaysia, and Indonesia, while Parachanna are native in Africa.
As can be seen, snakeheads largely resemble the bowfin, which is a native species of North America. Snakeheads have long cylindrical bodies, large mouths, and sharp teeth. On the head of a snakehead, their eyes are located far forward and have larger scales in this area. The position of the eyes and scale pattern is similar to that of a snake, giving them the common name snakehead. Size and color patterns can differ from the 29 recognizable species. Additionally, juvenile, or young snakeheads can have distinctly different color pattern variations than the adult snakeheads. And as you can see on the chart to the right, there is a difference chart between snakeheads and bowfins. The anal fin of a snakehead is very long, 18 rays, and is more than half the length of the dorsal fin. The bowfin, however, has a short anal fin with 12 rays and less than half the length of the dorsal fin. The head of a snakehead is very pointed and flattened dorsally, while a bowfin's is very large and rounded. The jaw of a snakehead, however, protrudes past the upper jaw with pointed teeth, and the bowfin's lower jaw is shorter than its upper jaw. And the snakehead is also one of the largest freshwater fish species, ranging from 2.5 to 5 feet long.
Snakeheads have been spotted in the following areas in the United States through the years of 1997 to present day. The states include California, Delaware, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New York, Virginia, District of Columbia, Maryland, Florida, Illinois, and Arkansas.
There have been numerous reports of the release of northern snakeheads throughout the U.S., but here are some of the more specific scenarios. They have been sold in pet stores and then released into the wild. They have been sold in live food fish markets and then sold in restaurants live as well. They have been confiscated from collectors in states where it is illegal to own northern snakeheads. They also have been released by aquarium hobbyists because they were unknown that the northern snakeheads were so ravenous in their appetites. Some snakeheads were brought in intentionally to act as another food source, and others have been freed by religious activist groups such as the East Asia Buddhist practice of Fang Shen, which a captive creature is freed, and then the point is to demonstrate compassion and earn merit in the Buddhist community.
A problem that many states in the United States are facing is the fast reproduction rate of northern snakeheads. The mature northern snakehead female can carry up to 50,000 eggs. Not all the eggs, or larvae, will hatch. Some will be eaten by insects or other fish, and some will not reach full development. The eggs will hatch within 24 to 48 hours, depending on the water temperatures. After the fry hatch, they stay close to the surface of the nest until their fins develop. If you look to your right in the small circle of the picture frame, you will see small northern snakeheads swimming around in circles. This is what they do and call the nest. In the larger picture, you see the two adult snakeheads guarding the nest from natural predators. They build their nests in secluded areas so that the predators find them harder to see, and also so humans will not also kill them. The diagram of northern snakehead nest, with their parent snakeheads protecting them, is very uncommon within this culture of species. In continuation to their reproduction, Once the fins develop of the juveniles, they practice their swimming skills by diving down in the middle of the nest to the bottom and then returning back to the surface to breathe for air. Juveniles remain in the nest for 3 to 4 weeks. One or both of the parent snakeheads guard the nest until the juveniles can survive on their own. This is an uncommon behavior among most fish. If you look to the picture on your right, within the green circle, there is a nest of juvenile northern snakeheads. This is a top view of what a nest of northern snakeheads looks like. And to further right is a larger parent northern snakehead, which is protecting the nest from natural predators.
And now some threats that the northern snakehead poses to the environment. They are able to reproduce rapidly and in large amounts, from 1,300 to 15,000 eggs per spawning season. They are capable of living outside of the water for several days if the conditions are moist enough. They have a varied and voracious appetite. They compete with all local fish species at all life stages. They bring in new parasites and diseases. They are able to cross over land via wallowing to access new food sources. And this is where they use their breathing out of the water adaptation. Pictured to the right, you can see a snakehead with its sharp teeth.
After seeing the effects that the northern snakehead is causing in all of these areas, the government decided to take action. This way, they can reduce the number of snakeheads in these areas to protect each environment from these harmful species. There are 2 agencies within the Department of Interior. They are responsible for researching and regulating snakeheads. These 2 agencies are the United States Geological Survey and the United States Fish and Wildlife Services. On October 4th, 2002, Fish and Wildlife added snakeheads to Injurious Species List. Snakeheads can no longer be imported into the United States or transported across state lines without permit. Snakeheads are a kill-on-catch fish, and if you look to your top right, there's a wanted poster for a northern snakehead. This is to let fishermen know that if they catch this fish, it is to be killed on site so that it cannot be released back into the environment and harmed. And if you look to the bottom right, there is a picture of a man holding an adult snakehead.
So now we have some fun facts about the northern snakehead. The largest snakehead recorded was almost 6 feet in length. Snakeheads are able to quote-unquote walk on land, and they're able to do this by wallowing out of the water and onto the land. When people first saw them doing this, they believed that they were truly able to walk across the land, when in fact they were actually just slithering their bodies out of the water and over rough terrain such as rock, grass, and dirt to get into the next section of water. Northern snakeheads are also commonly eaten in Asian countries, where apparently there are many, many delicious recipes in which you can cook them in. They are also used for some religious sacrifices. The northern snakehead was also premiered on an episode of River Monsters with Jeremy Wade. And the Chana argus, which is the northern snakehead, has 48 chromosomes, which is 2 more than humans. And pictured on the right, there is a snippet from the episode in which Jeremy Wade caught his first northern snakehead for the day.
In our conclusion, northern snakeheads are highly invasive species because of their rapid breeding, no natural predator, voracious appetite, and are able to wallow their way from separate bodies of water, which increases their habitat range. And because of their adaptations, they are causing harm to their foreign habitats by outcompeting the native species. Because of their adverse effect, the government has involved the USGS and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services to help control the population of northern snakehead.
The following 2 slides are our references cited. We have collected the data that we used to bring you this presentation. It has the URLs and information for each source that we used for the presentation, as well as the picture sources. This is a continuation of our references cited.